We know that Hollywood is full of toxic relationships, so here are the 10 celebrities who dated awful people. First up, we have Taylor Swift. Taylor and Matt Healy were first speculated to be dating on the 3rd of May this year, but earlier this week came news that Taylor was apparently single again. The 1975 singer has done and said all sorts of problematic things in his career thus far. These include doing a controversial salute on stage, making awful comments about the musician Ice Spice, and even calling Taylor's own mother Miss Piggy during a podcast appearance. And with everything that's come out since then, it seems like everyone has an opinion about their relationship. One person tweeted, "I'm not going to unstand Taylor for the whole Maddie thing, but she needs to be held accountable for dating someone who's misogynistic, fatphobic, and just gross. You are who you associate with. Being the biggest pop star in the world does not give her the right to excuse his behavior." Another person wrote, "If Swifties are concerned about how problematic Maddie is and make threads about it, why don't they hold Taylor accountable because she's the one who's been friends with and a fan of him for 10 years and supposedly now dating him? Critique her for associating. She's not an innocent baby anymore," so Taylor also got a lot of hate for this relationship. Next up, we have Meagan Good. The actress caused quite a stir when it was revealed that she is dating Jonathan Majors. Earlier this year, it was confirmed by TMZ that the actors were dating after being spotted in LA, and as recently as 3 days ago, they were seen shopping in Morocco. The relationship comes after Jonathan was arrested in March in connection with an alleged domestic dispute. He was charged 2 days later, and it seems as though his career in Hollywood might be over. The Marvel actor was dropped by his management and PR team following his arrest. But regardless of these circumstances, Megan and Jonathan made their first red carpet appearance together earlier this month. An inside source said that the two of them have been living together since February, and that they're solid and very much in love. Speaking about the relationship, Megan said, "I'm in love, I'm transitioning, I'm healing, I'm growing, and I'm getting excited about what's next. Yeah, just a lot of things at once, but what can I say? I'm the happiest I've been in a long time, and they are still together as far as we know." Next, we have Kirsten Corley, who dated Chance the Rapper and recently announced that they are divorcing. She wrote, "After a period of separation, the two of us have arrived at the decision to part ways. We came to this decision amicably and with gratitude for the time we spent together. God has blessed us with two beautiful daughters who will continue to raise together." Chance and Kirsten started dating in 2013 and went on to welcome 2 daughters, Kensley and Marley. As for their marriage, it's apparently been on the rocks for quite some time. Last year, a viral video went around of Chance at the 2023 Carnival in Jamaica, where he was seen grinding with dancers and getting very close to them. As you could probably guess, this led to a lot of backlash on social media. The video had people divided about whether or not he was cheating on Kirsten. It was such a big deal because Chance was pretty known as a certified wife guy, which is a term for men who publicly praise their wives and brand themselves through their marriages. This is exactly what happened when Chance got married back in 2019. He made it his mission to let the world know how happy they are together. But of course, we never really know what goes on in these relationships. Moving on to Tori Spelling, who filed for divorce from Dean McDermott, her husband of nearly 18 years, on March 29th. Just a few weeks shy of what would have been their 18th wedding anniversary. She identified June 17, 2023 as the date of separation due to irreconcilable differences. This is an interesting end for their relationship considering how they started off. Dean and Tori met on the set of Lifetime's Mind Over Murder in 2005, only a year after Tori married her first husband, Charlie Shanian. Dean was also married at the time for more than a decade to Mary Jo Eustace, with whom he shares a son. Tori and Dean began cheating on their spouses the night they met. In fact, she wrote about the affair in her 2009 memoir. She said, "It was love at first sight. I fell so hard. Then I noticed he had a wedding ring. When someone asked, he pulled out photos of his children. And oh yeah, I had a husband as well." So they ended up spending the night together despite the fact that they were both married. And she said she knew it was meant to be because when she woke up next to Dean the following day, and she had no regrets. The two of them got married and went on to have 4 children together before yet another cheating scandal rocked their relationship in 2013, this time with Dean and the nanny. So it was always a scandalous relationship no matter how you look at it. Next up, we have Pete Davidson. When Pete met Kim Kardashian on the set of SNL, he had no idea what was in store for him. Fans could not stop cringing at their relationship. At one point, Pete got tattoos of Kim and her 4 children. Now that they have broken up, it seems like it was a poorly thought out permanent decision. One of the tattoos Pete had dedicated to Kim said, "My girl is a lawyer," which he got to celebrate her passing the baby bar. He also got the names Aladdin and Jasmine with an infinity symbol between them, which is a reference to their first kiss on SNL. And he even got the initials of her 4 children in a tattoo that reads KNSCP, but of course, Kim didn't get any cheesy couple tattoos done of herself that really says a lot about the differences between them. One of the biggest complications of their relationship was her ex Kanye West. For some reason, the rapper was so threatened by the idea of his ex-wife moving on with Pete that he made it his mission to try and make his life a living hell. As a result, fans felt bad that Pete had to go through all of that because you could tell that it really put a strain on his mental health. While it was great that he stood by Kim during all of the Kanye drama, clearly at some point it became too much for anyone to have to put up with. Next, we have Kylie Jenner. Kylie and Travis began dating in 2017 and have had 2 children together. As of January 2023, the couple are no longer together, but they continue to co-parent their kids. Travis has been heavily criticized for disregarding the safety of his fans at his own concerts. In 2015 and 2017, the rapper was arrested for disorderly conduct after he encouraged fans to jump barricades and rush the stage. Infamously, during the 2021 Astroworld Festival, 10 attendees passed away and hundreds more were injured in a crowd surge. According to eyewitnesses, Travis continued to perform and was even heard telling the crowd to go wild despite emergency service personnel being on hand all the time. So not only is he not very responsible, he just seems like he doesn't care about his own fans. Thankfully, Kylie has moved on with Timothée Chalamet, and the two seem happier than ever. Next, we have Jennifer Garner. The actress was famously married to Ben Affleck for 10 years. Their relationship was nothing short of a disaster thanks to Ben's toxic behavior. In July of 2015, rumors started to surface that he cheated on Jennifer with the nanny of the couple's 3 children. She was only working a couple of months as their nanny, which makes it even crazier. At first, Ben tried to deny the allegation by claiming it was a pile of hot garbage. But according to inside sources, the affair began in the spring of 2015, shortly after she was hired, and what started as a friendship quickly developed into an intimate relationship. It was also said the nanny accompanied Ben and his 3 kids to the Bahamas in June before Jennifer flew down separately. So there was a lot of sneaking around going on. While in the Bahamas, the couple finally announced their divorce on June 30th, shortly after a photo came out of Ben kissing the nanny, which sent the media into a frenzy. The couple's divorce was finalized in October of 2018, and the couple have since moved on and seem to be doing well separately. Moving on to Elizabeth Hurley. After Hugh Grant cheated on Elizabeth, the news was everywhere from tabloids to talk shows. In 1995, he was arrested in LA after being caught engaging in a certain activity that we won't get into. Grant was sentenced to a fine for breaking the law and issued a public apology to Elizabeth, who was his partner of 8 years, which must have been incredibly embarrassing for her. One of the most iconic moments happened when he went on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno soon after the scandal broke. He was asked, "What were you thinking?" and was really the question that everyone wanted to know. And in the ensuing years, Hugh Grant addressed the embarrassing incident even further, and he explained what was going on with him at the time. On the podcast WTF with Mark Maron in 2021, he said that he cheated on Elizabeth because he had just watched his new movie and didn't like what he saw. The actor claimed that he was so atrocious in the role that it led to him not being in a good frame of mind, whatever that means. That brings us to Khloe Kardashian. In 2018, photos of Tristan having an affair surfaced online while he was still dating Khloe. To make matters worse, she was 9 months pregnant at the time of this happening. Not long after, TMZ came out with video footage dating back to October 2017 that showed the NBA player kissing 2 other random women at a nightclub. But despite the fact that there was now hard evidence of Tristan cheating on Khloe without really attempting to hide it, they decided to stay together for the birth of their child. But things did not stay smooth forever, as in 2019, reports surfaced that Tristan had cheated on Khloe once again, this time with none other than Jordyn Woods. She was a close friend of the family, saying that she was Kylie Jenner's best friend and roommate. Anonymous party attendees told TMZ that the pair were all over each other and made out several times throughout the night. The explosive incident almost broke up the family entirely, and as a result, multiple relationships were ruined. And lastly, we have to mention Anna Marie Tendler. In early September, amid questions about the timeline of John Mulaney's romance with Olivia Munn, the comedian's ex-wife Anna Marie Tendler reportedly knew he was doing things with other women before he went to rehab and before they ended their marriage in late 2020. It wasn't entirely clear when his relationship with Olivia started, but it appeared John was going to great lengths to dispute the idea that he ever cheated. Anna Marie divorced from comedian Mulaney after 6 years of marriage. In a statement at the time, the artist said, quote, "I feel heartbroken that John has decided to end our marriage. I wish him support and success as he continues his recovery." 1 week later, though, news broke that Mulaney had started dating actress Olivia Munn, and less than 2 months later, it was confirmed that Munn was pregnant with her and Mulaney's child. Whether or not there was any overlap between the two women, though, is still very uncertain.